So capital gains exemption. Now this is interesting because this is one of those things that is being touted, online as one of the real big benefits of PREC. My name is Andrew Wall, and I'm the managing partner here at CPA for IT. And it sounds really sexy because you're getting this lifetime capital gains exemption of $883,384 as of 2020. And that does usually grow with inflation. And now, first of all, let's break this down. So first of all, capital gains, you pay tax on only 50% of a capital gain, which effectively means now, so the benefit of the capital gains exemption, which is still a real benefit, is really reducing $441,692 of real taxable income. Okay, because on a capital gain of 883, you'd only pay tax on half of that, right? So it's saving you the tax on $441,692 as of 2020. However, there's a bunch of stipulations around this. So first and foremost, this works because you're selling shares of an eligible CCPC, or eligible shares of a CCPC, Canadian Controlled Private Corporation. I gotta watch it with my acronyms. So first and foremost, that means you have to find someone who, one, likes your business, values it the same level that you want, and is willing to buy it from you. And two, is actually willing to buy shares and not assets. Many purchasers, when they're actually doing a purchase of a business or an acquisition, usually want to buy assets, not shares in a company, because when you buy shares in a company, you basically bring on any past potential legal obligations and other issues that might come along with that corporation. So in most situations, there's an incentive for the person selling to sell shares because they get this advantage of this capital gains exemption, but there's an incentive for the purchaser to buy assets from a whole legal protection and risk minimization strategy. So you really have to find someone who's willing to buy your shares first and foremost. And then there are a whole bunch of regulations around it. So first of all, you're not going to get a capital gains exemption on non-arm's length. So if you're selling to a family member, like my father selling his practice to me, is not going to be eligible for the lifetime capital gains exemption. Trust me, that was really frustrating for me, and it seems unfair, but it is just the way it is. Sometimes, some of the things that happens with CRA and taxes are truly unfair, and sometimes there's some great advantages, like the personal real estate corporation, where you've got a tremendous opportunity to take advantage of it, so you should. There are a couple of other things you should be aware of, and that's really around the ownership of the shares. You have to, if the corporation's been around for if the shares have been around for more than 2 years, they must not have been owned by someone else in that last 2 years. Now they can be less than 2 years old and still be eligible. So you can sell a corporation that's less than 2 years old if you can find someone interested in buying it and get that capital gains exemption. I want to meet the person who's able to take a business, build it up in 2 years, and get that lifetime capital gains full exemption of $883,000, because that's an impressive individual if you're able to do that. And there's a whole bunch of complex stuff. I mean, I could read you through all of this, but I want to leave some time for Q&A, and I've got one more session. So I'm going to, like I said, if you want a copy of the slide deck's got, another like 5 minutes of me reading through really boring tax stuff that I'm not going to go through. So I'm just going to tell you that, this is still an advantage, and it can be a quite large advantage But there's a whole bunch of ifs and buts and maybes involved into whether you're actually going to really reap the rewards of this capital gains exemption. Whereas, one of the things not really being talked about is that income smoothing, which I think is going to be the largest benefit to realtors.